So, I tell them 2 cities in 1 city.
In one
What's
city.
up? Look supernatural. I definitely look like a lot's happening with me, which is in the goal.
This is me trying to look at myself because I am a narcissist, apparently.
You're not a narcissist. I literally haven't looked in the lens at all. I've just definitely been looking in the viewfinder.
This is my favorite face to make. And I know that it's ridiculous, but I just think that it's hilarious. Okay. Let's do this.
Let's do this. Okay. Today we're going to do the best friend tag. You guys can learn a little bit about us. And let's go. So, how and when did we meet? There's some, what's the word? Discrepancies in terms of how we remember how we met. I remember Selly in high school because we went to high school together.
Oh, yeah. We talked about
But Selly doesn't seem to remember me at all.
But to be fair, you were a grade lower than me.
True.
And I feel like in high school, you don't pay attention to people who are in a lower grade than you. Like, you just, like, you are so, like, engrossed in, no? I'm the only selfless bitch. Okay, got it.
That hurt deep.
Sorry, I love you.
I remember how we met, though. It wasn't Debbie's. It was at the student center. You guys were eating lunch. I'm saying you guys. I came into a friend group that already existed. And I was at Marshall for whatever reason in the student center. And I remember I had just burnt someone a copy of Justin Timberlake's Future Sex Love Sounds. And you were like, you're just giving people this album? And I was like, I mean, if somebody needs it and wants it, it's like, it's necessary. Like, anybody who needs this needs to have it. And I remember I sat up there and ate with y'all and then went down to the basement because Dominique, who's my roommate,
who's your roommate now?
My roommate now, and you guys' lifelong friend. She worked in the rec part of the basement of Marshall University, and I remember we hung out all night, and it was maybe like a month or so that I saw you guys again, and it was at Debbie's, and then we started to really form a friendship.
Yes. And
it wasn't really in particular, it was a whole group. I was forming a friendship with an entire group.
Because me, Dominique, Candace, and Heather, and Amanda, we had been friends, like, for years. I mean, we all came in at various groups, but, like, pretty much since elementary school, we grew up going to school together and hanging out, and then we all met Michelle in college.
And you guys are like, because college in Huntington was so different, like, how people go away and they have college friends? Mm-hmm. I feel like you guys are my college friends, because how college friends have this, like, really strong, like, lifelong bond or whatever. I think that's what, and we really endured the growing pains of our 20s together. Like, that is accurate.
Yeah.
So that's how we met.
That's how we met.
What were your first impressions of your friend? God,
I can't remember. Like, I feel like because you have such, like, a presence, like, in general, I feel like you've always been, like, the same, like...
I think it should be fair that initially we really liked each other, but I think very quickly on we didn't like each other. Mm-hmm. We should say that. We have very conflicting personalities. I do have kind of like a takeover spirit. I can be very loud. I can be very me. And especially when I was younger. I was 20 when we became friends. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that conflicted with herself. Is more of she has a presence for sure, and she's not like, I wouldn't say that she's shy, but in certain scenarios she's shy. And she can be nonverbal and kind of inside of herself, and those things conflicted. Like, I was very outward, and she was very inward in this group of friends. And So our first impressions, I really think our first impressions were good because we really did like want to hang out with each other for like the first
like
few months.
Nonstop all the time,
All
like
the time.
every available opportunity. How can we how can we maximize the amount of time that we're all in the same room doing things together?
Right.
There was definitely that.
That is accurate. What's your favorite memory together?
You go first.
I can't go first because I don't know.
I don't know either. I can't.
I think that my favorite memories really involve the group.
Yeah.
We have a older friend who has an AARP card, Prince.
He does not. He is not that much older. He's 9 years older than us. He's not AARP old.
He's old. And
he's wonderful.
No, he is wonderful. Also old.
He's not old.
Okay. I mean, I love Prince. He's actually coming through for me tonight in such a real way, so I can't even really front on him. I mean, he's like my praying grandma / ARP bae, so I can't. But you guys had met Prince at a viewing of
the Beyonce experience.
Listen, B-Day defined our entire friendship, like the Dreamgirl soundtrack and the album B-Day and the video anthology and the release of that the Beyonce experience. Mm-hmm. Like those are all Beyonce like has extreme mile markers in this friendship for sure, especially when I came into the mix. Mm-hmm. Like it was definitely like a Beyonce 2006. Beyonce turned 25 that year.
You remember the most random things?
It was B-Day.
Okay.
She was turning 25.
Okay.
Like it was marketing. It was a part of the marketing campaign.
Okay. I wouldn't have been able to tell anyone that like that quickly.
Well, my favorite memories of us together was we used to spend a lot of time at our friend Prince's house. Sitting in his house watching the Beyonce experience back to back to back to back to back to back, and dancing to the extended mix of the performance to get me bodied. Today we were in Rainbow, which don't judge us, like just don't. We were in Rainbow today, and Get Me Bodied came on, and it was the extended mix. We had no shame. We literally sang that song top to bottom, the whole time, word for word.
Yeah.
So Beyonce, I would say, for sure. I think that's my favorite memory. Is coming into a love for Beyonce.
Yeah. I think mine is and I'm telling you, like the reenactment specifically because we took pictures and we have like
We're gonna have to like put the pictures on the website because I have all of them, every single one of them.
I had just gotten my first DSLR camera and I was like, this has to happen, and we just happened to be doing what we regularly do and taking pictures of it, and it was amazing and it was so much fun. Like every time I even think about like any one of those shots, I'm like, that was such an awesome time.
Oh, it really was an awesome time. So I guess our favorite memory is Young B. Describe each other in one word. I'm gonna say two.
What's two?
I say this to you. I think that you are 3 words. An unexpected, sensitive angel. Seriously. You're unexpectedly tied to art in a way that I feel like is personal to you. Show me your projects for school, and I would be like, what? Like, they would ask for like a very specific thing for her to do, and she would really craft something. It was specific to the course assignment, but it was very an experience. It was always an emotional experience of things that she would make attached to design, and I just like recently started to realize that's like a real part of her personality. So
I definitely like I like to give my work, my own spin. I don't want to be so straightforward whenever I can avoid it.
So. Personalize it.
Yeah.
And it's an experience for real. And I'm starting to realize you enjoy the experience more than. Is this accurate? You enjoy the experience more than like the final destination?
I mean, when it comes to my art, I would say that I enjoy what people experience when they see the things that I've done. So and the process I feel like is very frustrating because the process is it's so difficult to get it out the right way and for it to be what I want it to be. So, but I want there to be meaning behind the things that I do, the work that I put out, whatever that happens to be.
Do you not feel like just in life you enjoy the experience more? I feel like I'm always like, let's get to the end. Let's end. How's the end? And you're like, how do you feel about this? How are we going to do this? Questions. More questions. And I'm like, what? What time is it?
but because I want, I want things to go well. Like, I feel like these are important things that we have to consider. Like, these steps are important. I realize
that is unexpected to me because you are such a person. I learned how to like function as an adult and kind of get things done from watching Celica, and it is shocking to me to see her really live in experiences when I am like, let's get it done. So yeah, you're about experience. That's what I would say. Experience. That's the word I would use to describe you. It makes literally no sense, but experience.
I would have to say my word for you would be passion. I think that in everything that you do, from cooking to caring for people to birthdays to birthday cake, you can't say anything less about how you feel about those things than passionate. Like, you put passion into everything that you do.
Thank you. I feel like that's a good word.
It was meant to be a good word.
Could you tell me a better word to describe what I was trying to say about you? Unexpected is what I really feel like I wanted to convey, but I feel like there's a better word to kind of encompass everything I said.
I can't think of one off the top of my head. I'll have to get back to you on that.
There's like 6 words I've used, so you can pick your favorite one. One thing that annoys you about the other person. Damn it. I screenshot so much. I have like 300 screenshots. It's a real thing.
You should use Evernote.
No, that's the thing that annoys me about you. Evernote. I hate it. Passionately.
You don't even understand it entirely.
Exactly. That is the point. I feel like Google Docs does the same thing.
But you can't capture things from the web into Google Docs as easily, or start a document.
Things that are easy to you are extremely complicated to me. Have you noticed that?
I do feel like that is the case often.
Yeah. I mean, I'm using Evernote because that's what we use. But I am annoyed about Evernote.
Evernote is so useful, though.
It could be. It might one day be.
That's what I find annoying, is I feel like you don't take the time to, or you don't want to, at least initially. I
initially usually don't have the time to do that, and then I'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
In the moment, you're like, let's learn all of this new shit.
Yeah. This is what I was saying the other day about how people at work, feel about me. Everyone on my team, the people that I manage and the people who are just in the office with me they probably feel very similarly to the way that you do. Because for anything that happens, any new thing, I'm like, oh, you want to change?
Sonica's really ready to throw everything out the window and start new at any point, in any day. And it's like, girl.
I'm so willing to like if it means an improvement or an upgrade or like a long term benefit, I'm 100%
You want
okay
to know
with
why I'm
like
not like
starting from the
committed or
beginning.
trust that in a certain way? Because that is true about you. I can learn all of this new thing, and then if something new comes, it works better. I'm gonna have to learn something else new.
And I'm like, great, new stuff.
I don't have time to do that every 5 days.
I mean,
Like,
most people don't. I just have an exceptionally, um, like, I'm exceptionally open to change in that regard.
yeah.
There are plenty of other things, and I'm like not having it, but in that particular sense,
But I think that it's good though. Um, as we've gotten older and kind of learned each other a lot more and kind of learned, it's a journey to accept people for who they are. And we have definitely learned that in our friendship that it can kind of help you if someone has a trait that you don't have and that you particularly don't find useful all the time. Uh, if you talk to that person about a particular thing, you can kind of. I don't explore things generally. Like things are like, this is it. This is what it is. This is what I'm doing. That's the kind of person I am, and that works in a lot of ways in my life. But especially when it comes to things that are like emotion and require a little bit more exploration that I'm unwilling to do initially, Asaf has kind of helped me do that.
because I'm like, oh, let's explore all these things, and I want to share that with the people around me. I want other people to have that experience. It's not always pleasant.
No, but it
For,
gets
not for other people, but I love it.
but it's worked for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it has.
In the same way with you, where you were just like on this exploration that never ends, and I'm like, so these are the 3 things that need to happen now. Let's focus on these 3 things. We don't have to figure this out right now.
Yeah.
And so I think that we've helped each other in both ways because it can be extreme for both of us. Because that's
Yeah.
just very much who we are
Yeah.
as people. One thing you love about the other person, I feel like we've been saying all of this in the last 6 minutes.
I did. I mean, when I said, when we were saying words about each other,
Yeah.
I would say the same thing.
Yeah. The 8 words I used to describe Celica are the reason that I love her.
Yes.
And the things that we are annoyed about each other. Because even though I'm like very like this needs to end, I'm super passionate about the way that how abrupt I am and the way that I think. So it's kind of very similar. What I love about her, am annoyed about her, and would describe her and are all the same things is that she takes the journey when I'm less likely to do that. And explore.
Yeah.
Explorative! Boom! That's the word I used to describe Celica. What's up?
Got it all in.
That's it.
Is explorative a word?
It's a word. It's a word today.
Okay. It's cool.
If you could go anywhere in the world together, where would it be? Oh my god.
I don't know. I just enjoy. I love to travel, but I also just like being around the people that I love and care about. So I don't know. I mean, I would love to go to like the beach, like someplace in the Caribbean or something. I think that would be a lot of fun. Like someplace where we could go to the beach and go dancing and have like the whole time just be like a girls' night out.
You gotta be kind of trapped though, too, for me. Like, you gotta really be like a lot of extra, like some, like Juicy J.
I don't even know what that means.
You know
really.
who Juicy J is?
Barely. Like, I cannot tell you one song.
Juicy J has an Oscar.
Okay.
He I guess is still in 3 6 Mafia. Bands Make Her Dance is a song.
Okay. I didn't know that before today.
And Juicy J wouldn't even technically be described as trap. Like, Migos and all the young Atlanta kids are just out in these streets killing it. I don't know, I just would really want some... It has to be ratchet to a certain extent for me.
Well, what has to be ratchet? You mean like we
the
go out to a club?
experience.
Like the
I feel
whole
like
experience?
when you say dancing, it's like, where's the salsa music?
Sauce is amazing. Don't hate.
Not hating. I'm just saying that's what you would enjoy.
Yeah,
I
would
would
enjoy
prefer
it.
to twerk the night away.
I that's another thing about Michelle, that annoys me is the amount of twerking that happens.
What? That's not annoying.
Yes, because like I'll be sitting talking to you about, hey, where are we gonna go for dinner? And you're like kind of not paying attention and like singing a song in your head and twerking instead of answering my question.
Well, you should know that my Twitter bio doesn't lie. It's described me as a long distance twerker, and it's extremely accurate. So it's just mad. That's really all that is. So, okay, but no place really in particular. I had a couple things I want to say about what we could do. We're approaching 30, and our friend group was supposed to go to Europe for our 30th. That's becoming like seeming less and less like I think that's going to happen. But I don't want to go nowhere with you or anybody. Because we don't really do nothing when we go places. But sit in rooms together and talk the nights and days and weeks away. If we were really going to salsa dance and be on the beach and leave the hotel, I'm down to go anywhere with you. But you got to promise that would happen.
I love all of those things. I don't know that we've ever been
just so you and I.
Yeah, but I mean, still like in general, like we haven't. I don't think we've all gone like to the beach together, and we've only had like really short stints. Like it's always
that
like
is true.
2 days where you know, like I'm tired from traveling, and then we get there and we have to. Nobody's prepared, so like we have to go shop. There's always a shopping trip because none of us are prepared to do whatever lofty plans we think we're going to do. Oh, no, I don't have a dress for that.
Nobody is the word you want to use. Miss Mentor over here is ready to go. Stay ready. You ain't got to get ready. Well, I love a plan. So.
I mean, I think in general, the group, and there's always, you know, more than 3 of us, at least 3 of us.
At least.
You know, so to get everybody on the same page when we've only
also,
got
we have lived in different states for a really long time. So when we get together, it's a lot of catching. And that is true.
Yeah, so I don't feel like
we have more time. It might be more fun.
Yeah, I don't think anything that we've done up to this point really counts. Like we spend time together, but like a vacation. Was that the question? Vacation?
Where would you go in the world with them?
Oh, well, I was thinking vacay.
I don't know what place I really want to go to. Martinique. I want to go to the island of Martinique.
Sounds awesome.
I've never seen the beach before. I saw salt water in Baltimore a few years ago. I'm finna see it again today. So I've seen water that used to be in the ocean.
I mean, technically, it still touches the ocean. Like.
Okay. Well, that's true. I've come very close.
It is ocean water.
Favorite inside joke.
Favorite inside joke. I feel like we have our own communication system that other people just don't understand. You also have your own, like, vernacular. There is a Michelle specific vernacular, and I understand it because I know you, but I do not speak it. Like this truncation of any word that comes out of your mouth. Like I have to take a second and decipher, like, okay, like I have to figure out what the words mean. I get it now. I understand it. I understand it, but I don't speak it.
I look like somebody's grandma. Like, this is really not the move. One more time like this. Inside joke. This isn't my inside joke. I just think it's funny that you guys do it. The juice. It was like juice. You're talking about eating a grape.
Oh, you mean like with verbifying everything?
Verbifying. Yes. There you go. Yes.
So like we do this thing where literally anything, like if you're describing something, it can become a verb. This is gonna sound so dumb, but I'll use the grape analogy.
You're not gonna understand it. It's gonna be a really long time.
But it's using a word as a verb that is not a verb at all. So juice is even a little bit too much because you can actually juice something, but it would be like, I was looking at this grape and it was like, grape, where?
That is so funny.
Where grape, like, to say it like that, grape, that's the verb. That's what it did. It was like, grape.
I do that too. I guess I don't do it in the same way you guys do it. That's like a Michelle thing I do for real. I was like, cookies.
Oh my gosh, we're so weird.
But I want to say that my vernacular has literally changed the face of this group. Like,
this is true.
Come through. I'm just saying. Who takes longer to get ready in the morning?
Michelle.
That's not accurate.
Yes, it is.
It isn't. You don't know how long it takes for me to get ready in the morning. I literally do nothing. You talking about going to work? It's like
I didn't ask the question.
I look busted basically every day. So, like, it takes me basically no time to get ready. And it takes me quick time to get ready to do the beat, too. The beat could take hours. It doesn't. So, it's all relative.
It took me less time to get ready today than it took you.
You did less things.
Exactly my point.
You had less things to do.
How?
You made a choice that you were going to do less things.
I had to put makeup on. I had to bathe. I had to put on clothes. You had to do those things. It's whatever.
I mean, it might be true. It probably is true. But I don't agree with that because I don't agree with that. Whatever, you can feel that way you want to feel about it. Okay. I don't feel like that's true. But it doesn't take a Selly a lot long to get ready in any scenario. So I guess that is true. Yeah, like you do.
There we go.
You do get the job done, honestly. This is a really stupid question. What's the other person's eye color? Don't cheat.
Well, I think one, if we were not black, there would be more options.
Base.
So, see, that's the Michelle vernacular. Base. That means basically. That's not what you heard right now, but that's I'm interpreting for you.
Yeah.
This random truncation of words.
Do you consider your eyes black or brown though?
I consider them brown because they are brown. Everyone has brown eyes.
What if you feel like your eyes look black?
If you were to shine a light into your eyes, they would be brown. They look black, but they are brown. No one actually has black eyes.
I've seen a lot of black people, older black people who have cataracts and their eyes are blue.
They lighten, yeah.
But the like whites in their eyes are yellow, so it's not like an extremely good look, but it happens. Okay, so that was the best friend tag. Do you want to say a couple more things, or do you want to end this? So that was a stupid question to end on. What TV shows did you watch growing up?
Oh my gosh. What age group, what age are we talking about? Because
I mean, you clearly have some markers that I...
Because TV was, I mean, until it wasn't, because there was a time when I wasn't allowed to watch TV during the week, but TV was, something that I enjoyed a lot when I did watch it. I mean, when I was very small, like, in elementary school, there was like a weeknight lineup on Nick at Night that was my jam. Get Smart, Lucille Ball, like I Love Lucy. There was another one, Dragnet, that I hated, but I had to get through it to Get Smart.
What did you say, Dragnet?
Right.
Yes. What?
It was. I think that was what it was called. It was horrible and like really boring and serious, but Get Smart was funny.
How'd you feel about Walker, Texas Ranger?
I wasn't a huge fan, but my mom was. My mom loved that. She loved Skin Rawhide.
I don't know what that is.
It's just, like she liked all of those like, I feel like they were country movies or
westerns.
Like, westerns, yeah. She liked westerns. She liked like crime movies. I mean, TV shows.
It must be like the era. the era. Because the lady that raised me, that's what life was like. It was westerns and Walker Texas Ranger and The Heat of the Night and Murder She Wrote.
Yes.
That was our life and stories in the daytime. But goodness, I actually enjoyed it. We used to also watch like an 8 o'clock NBC Monday night movie that I lived for. They were terrible, but I enjoyed watching them.
I also used to like Eureka's Castle. Do you remember that show on Nickelodeon?
I didn't have Nickelodeon. I lived in a very rural part of West Virginia, and so the cable that you even paid for was super limited. So the only kids channel I had was Disney Channel.
Oh, okay. I remember when Disney was like a special thing. Like because we didn't have the Disney Channel growing up at first. Like for the longest time, I think until I was probably like in high school. But Disney Channel was not always a part of like your regular cable package.
Did y'all have Family Channel?
I don't think we
Family
did.
Channel was bad though. No, it was. It was like basically a TBS. It was basically what ABC Family is now.
Okay.
Maybe that's what ABC Family
used to be.
Right. Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. Because it was like a lot of reruns of like family type of shows. And that's really all I watched it for. Yeah. Used to watch reruns of the Brady Bunch and syndicated Family Matters, even though it was airing.
Regular TV, right?
Yeah. And Saved by the Bell and stuff like that. But my favorite show growing up watching shouldn't have been my favorite show, but Living Single. Like, when you're living single.
Yeah, that's all.
In a 90s kind of world. I'm glad I got my
girl.
Keep your head up, what? Keep your head up, that's right.
I enjoyed that show, but I don't remember.
The homegirl standing to my left and my right, true blue. Tight like glue. We are living single. That's my I want to be Maxine so bad. I feel like I am Maxine, the end. But like, God, she was the best. How different is the world now from how it was like when you were growing up as a child?
It's completely different. Everything's changed. Nothing's the same. I don't know what life is anymore.
See what I mean?
Michelle's phone is dying. In case you missed what that sound was.
I just don't. It's so weird because the 90s were everything. Growing up for me in the 90s, I just don't think that there was a better time to grow up. And it's weird to kind of see like young people kind of completely embracing like 90s fashion and 90s R&B music and like hip hop sounds and things like that, and like media kind of can have a 90s aesthetic sometimes, and it's weird to see it replicated, but it was honestly a feeling like you had to exist in the 90s to get it. It can look like this and this is cool and fun. I live for 90s everything, but it's just like a whole other thing growing up, and I can't put words to describe how awesome it was. It was just the best time. You know what I think was so great about the 90s? I really feel like media did a lot to incorporate kids when we were younger, even on channels that weren't necessarily kids channels. So I feel like kids kind of had shows on primetime TV. It was a really good time to be a kid in the 90s because it was inclusive for us for sure. Do you want to say your birthday and your sun sign?
I will say my sun sign
is...
I am an Aries.
She has an Aquarius moon and a Cancer rising. My sun sign is a Cancer. I have a Gemini moon and a Capricorn rising.
I don't fully understand what those other things mean, but I know what sun signs are. I'm aware that they exist and they are things. I don't know anything beyond that. But I'm glad you are aware.
What is your favorite film?
Oh, my favorite film? Wally.
Oh, Wally is good. My favorite film is Purple Rain. Like the end. So good. What show are you currently watching?
I am watching for the jillionth time every episode of Archer that is available to me.
Archer is kind of good though.
I've seen all 6 seasons. I mean, literally no less than 5 times, probably more. And I'm going through it again. I just think it's hilarious.
No, it is funny.
It's horrible and hilarious.
I'm currently trying to finish watching Power on it's a Stars show. So I think I'll finish that on the train back to West Virginia. And it's an amazing show. It's super good. I can't wait for the fall. How to Get Away with Murder, Scandal, Empire, my shows. Listen, you don't like Twitter or it's not your thing. Even if you don't really like those shows, because Scandal got kind of just like, child, please. But it's just like watching something with Black Twitter is like throw phones. It's so fun. It just is. It's really an experience I think I enjoy more than the shows. I mean, I like Empire. And when Scandal is good, Scandal is good. Like, you really can't beat Shonda Rhimes at her best. But sometimes it's not. But it's fun to watch it with other people.
Yeah. I got a little like, all right, I'm going to need for you two to figure it out.
Or just don't be together anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, like...
stop. Like, the back and forth is too much.
It's literally a toxic relationship. There's no way to fix it.
Also, you're being
Fitz
17.
is a fuckboy. Like, that's really all that is. He's also a murderer. I mean, he's not the one for you. I don't know. Fall or spring?
Spring. 'Cause I'm a spring baby.
Spring for me too. Summer or winter?
Summer.
The end. Like, come on.
I mean, for real.
Winter is terrible.
It really is.
Terrible. Chocolate or vanilla?
Vanilla.
I'd have to give you that too. Vanilla is really good.
Yeah, it really is. Like, when people say, like, you know, that's so vanilla, I don't care if vanilla is amazing or vanilla is so common. It doesn't matter. It's awesome. So, I don't care. Vanilla is the best.
Side sweep bangs or full bangs?
I'm gonna say side sweep because I don't know that I could do full bangs and still be okay with myself. Like, I don't know how it would look with full bangs.
I think full bangs. I had a full bang one time. I was loving it.
I've liked it on like a ton of people.
But I don't have a big forehead, or maybe I'm getting to have a forehead, a 5-head. I didn't used to have a big forehead, so it was weird to have bangs.
Your forehead doesn't change.
Okay, my forehead certainly used to be smaller. I know that, and now it looks like I have a 5-head.
When you were like 5.
No, also like up until my mid-20s.
You don't have a big forehead.
I don't know. I don't know. My phone is about to die. Those are all of the questions that I can offer for us. I love you.
I love you too.